It got worse and worse. From month to month, while walking, I got slower and slower, and I thought, what is that? And then I went to a doctor for the first time. After a relatively short time, he told me that these were signs, typical signs of Parkinson's disease. Yeah, well, that led to a total breakdown afterwards. I think it's been 14 years now since I've been treated for Parkinson's. Swallowed medication for 1,000 euros a month. And I only found out years later that I didn't have Parkinson's at all. And there's a lot of things you can't do anymore. Can't hold your water. You lose your balance. And then I couldn't walk at all. In this phase, I went to Professor Kahler.
Mr. Weber complained about an increasing gait disorder and was dissatisfied because he had been treated for Parkinson's for years, and that didn't actually do him much good. In addition, he showed me a magnetic resonance imaging of the head. And with this constellation, the suspicion was close that he could have a normal pressure hydrocephalus.
This first examination with Professor Kahler was not so easy for me. First, of course, I always had to take a few steps forwards and backwards, and I had a hard time doing that.
The specialist can do a lot with the gait disorder if he just sees the patient's walking. He looks at how the arms are swinging and he looks at the stride length. A patient doesn't even notice this when he simply walks in front of you. Therefore, this is an important examination to assess the gait pattern and whether it is typical for a normal pressure hydrocephalus. If someone suspects normal pressure hydrocephalus, we would like to confirm it with a so-called nerve water release test, or spinal tap test, as we call it. We advised him to do this, and he immediately showed an improvement in gait, that the diagnosis had already been confirmed.
That was brilliant. It was like a new life was given to me. After that, I walked like a young man again. And then I knew, wow, that was it. Now it's only going to get better again, and that's exactly how it was.
Mr. Weber was very pleased with the diagnosis because he now had a disease that can be treated in contrast to Parkinson's, which was not really treatable. Normal pressure hydrocephalus, or NPH, is a disease of the elderly patient, and we estimate that up to 5% of people over 65 have this disease. For Germany, this means about 800,000. For the treatment of normal pressure hydrocephalus, we have to use a valve shunt system. This is a relatively simple operation that we perform daily.
When the operation was finished, Professor Kahler said, go for a walk with your wife for a moment. Have a cup of coffee, and then we walked through the park, and that was a feeling like, yes, I'm alive again.
When we treat a normal pressure hydrocephalus, we know that it always works very well at first. But then, we find changes over time and know that by adjusting these gravitational valves, an improvement can be achieved. And this has also been confirmed by Mr. Weber. We had to readjust several times in the period that followed.
It's amazing what you can achieve with such a valve. I don't notice it at all in my daily life. And that has given me my life back again. Yeah, I've got my life back, which I didn't have before.